and welcome to another installment of Random Tuesdays. This Tuesday, I've elected to tell you the story of the Magic Penny. Now, this took place many moons ago when I was still a server at Westridge Road Friendlies. Now, typically, I would work 12 to 8, which is a pretty good money shift. I would get the lunch rush as well as the dinner rush, and I was home in time for the Chappelle Show. This particular night, I was closing, which is the ultimate worst. You're the last person in the restaurant. We closed at 11, but there's no way I'm getting behind the 8 ball on this one. I did everything I needed to do to walk out that door by 10:05, ready to go. At 10:55, the two drunkest people I have ever seen come stumbling through the door. I elect to pretend I don't see them. I see my manager, he's walking up to the podium. I'm like, oh, he's going to save the day. He did the absolute opposite. He sat them in my section. So here we go. We're in it to win it. I go over to the table. We're going to need a minute. Okay, well, my name is Jeff, by the way, and, welcome to Friendlies. I'll give you a minute, and I'll be back in a little bit. Give him about 5 minutes. I go back over. We're going to need a minute. And then I give him 5 more minutes, and we're going to need a minute. Well, after that third, we're going to need a minute, I figured I better sit here and walk these mental samurais through this menu, which means I just kind of read everything out loud because they didn't have the ability to read. And when it sounded like it was going to taste good to them, I went, let's go with that. And they nodded. So I finally got the order in. Now I'm waiting. The cook is doing his best. He's passing the baton on to me. We're trying to get out of here. I get the food over to him. Now, I go back in a little bit just to see how they're doing, and they're done eating because they're too drunk to eat. So I go to get their to-go booth, or to-go box. I bring them back over. I load up their food. I'm like, here we go. But it turns out they're just drunk enough to think ice cream's a good idea. So I frantically run to the back. I whip up their ice cream. I get them out. They get 2 spoons into it, and they don't want that because they're too drunk, and ice cream doesn't go well with booze. And I could have told them that, but they didn't ask me. So they needed it to go. I scoop up these beautiful sundaes. I run to the back. I slide them into to-go sundaes, or into to-go sundae cups. Put them in a bag. I even put a couple of spoons and some napkins in there. Bring it back over to them. At this point, it is 12:45. It is officially tomorrow. This guy, I give him the bill at that point. Here we go. He's like, okay, let me get this ready. He puts it all together. He gives it to me. He's like, can I get it to-go water before I leave? I was like, absolutely. I make sure he's got plenty of singles and fives. To tip the guy that he's kept after closing almost 2 hours now. I give him that. I give him his to-go water. And I go into the back real fast, bring his dishes back. I come to clean up the table. And this mother Fuhrer left me a penny. Now, a penny in the serving world is the united symbol of FU. I gave this man a to-go water, and he gave me the FU. So the spirit took over me. I grabbed that penny off the table. I ran to the front door. I opened the door, and I said, hey, buddy, fork you too. And I threw the penny. Now, I meant to throw it in his general direction, but the magic of my swift server vengeance landed that penny in the back of his head. I mean, I JFK'd him. He went back and to the left. I Abe Lincoln this guy with an Abe Lincoln. Now he reaches up and turns back and starts marching towards the door. Panic ensues, and I shut the door, knowing it's going to lock behind me. I run to go finish cleaning up the table, and I hear him bashing away at the door. Now, it's at this point that my manager, with a little jaunty walk, comes out of the back. Oh, a customer must have forgotten something. I better open the door. Your customer just hit me in the head with a penny. I was like, do you mean my employee? Yeah, I'm the customer. He hit me in the head with a penny. I'm going to call somebody. And shuts the door. Inevitably to go ruin somebody else's life. Now my manager walks over to me. I've had this much time to try to think up something. And I can't. And he said, did you just throw a penny at a customer? And I looked down to give myself that second chance. There was no explanation why this was cool. But I figured I've gone this far. Let's get fired in style. I looked up at him, and I was like, if you're asking me, if I told that mother forking pile of doo-doo butter to go fork himself like he just told me to fork myself? The answer, sir, is yes, and I will do it every time. His face was very violent, but very quiet. And a matter of fact, we did all the closing stuff that we have to do together without saying a word. He locked the door as we both exited, and he didn't even say goodnight. I went home thinking I don't have a job tomorrow, but let's go in at noon and see what happens. I walk in, I punch in. The first guy that comes up to me, my manager, puts his arm around me. He's like, hey man, last night was weird. You got to take the good with the bad, you know? I mean, you make a lot of money, you get a lot of good tips. You got to take the bad with that. Now, this was my last chance. I could apologize, but I said no. I've gone this far. I'm sticking to it. I looked down. I had the night to think of what I was going to say, and I said, no, I don't. I'm going to do it every time. And he violently stormed away. I didn't see him for the rest of the day. But I kept my job. Now, the moral of this story is, you never go half booty. If you're going to do something, go all the way. I had numerous occasions to apologize for my extremely irrational behavior. But did I? No. I went full booty. And now the story of the magic penny is heard through the hollow halls of Restaurant Lure. The moral of the story, kids: live your life. Always go whole booty, which is not to be confused with booty hole. Whole other story. But thanks for listening to this one. This is Jeff Whiting. Thanks for stopping by.